Hi there, this is Damien at RoomBooker.com.au, and today I've just got a short tutorial on how to add or remove or edit users in your own booking system. So let's just say you've got your booking system all set up and it's operating fine, and it's at your own subdomain. So you'll have this installation of the backend at your subdomain for your own rooms. So we want to come along, we'll send you the link to this section when we set up your account, along with all the other details we send you. So you'll have a specific link to the users section. Now if you ever get lost in the back end, there is this section up here under site. This is how you find your way back to this screen. So you just go site and then user manager. You don't want to worry about 90% of the options in this back end because there are only a couple of things you'll ever have to change. But if you do want to add and remove users, you come to this user manager page where we are now, and it will give you a list of all the current registered users, including administrators and users. So at the moment we're just using the demo setup for RoomBooker, so I'm the only registered user at this point in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new user. So when I go new, you'll see this simple form pops up, and we're just going to add the name of the person. So we're going to say here, we're going to say John Smith, and we're going to assign them a username. So you might have any format you want for that username. So by default we're just going to use the full name without gaps. So we're just going to say John Smith, so that's the name they'll use to log in. For his email, we're going to give him just an arbitrary email address. So you'll need your practitioner's email address in order to create an account for them. So John Smith at mypractice.com.au. It's just a made up email address. You can assign him a password, so you might give all your practitioners the same password for ease of use, which is perfectly fine to do. So you might have your password at mypractice, and you might just assign some kind of random number at the end. So we'll just go mypractice532, verify the password, mypractice532, and then what you want to do is you choose here whether you want the person to be an administrator or just a normal user. So it's important that you just make sure they're registered if they're just a normal practitioner. If you want to add an administrator, that's someone who's going to have access to all these kind of areas in your site, and you only want to give that kind of access to the owner of your business, or like an office manager, someone like that, someone who you trust and that isn't going to go in and mess up the back end of your site and be able to delete bookings and that kind of thing. So we're just going to make default will be registered. So anytime you make a new practitioner part of your booking system, you just have them as a registered user, okay? And that will give them the power to log in and make bookings. So make sure that's all set as default. Block user no, receive system emails no, and that's all as it is. Time zone by default on your system, that should be set up to already be Melbourne. Wherever you are in Australia. So Eastern Australia, you've got Adelaide. We'll set that up for you when we install your system. So that's it. We just go save, and as you can see, there's now a new user in the system called John Smith. Now we can go back to our demo, our main demo, and we can now log in as John Smith using that password we just made up, which was mypractice532. We go log in, and here now us as John Smith now has access to the booking system. We go in, we want to make an appointment for today at 5 to 6 for John because he's only just joined the system, or he can log in and make it himself. 5 to 6 p.m. we go save booking. We'll just call it John New, and now if we want to view that booking, we go in here and it tells us that John Smith has made this booking. He's called it John New, and John's part of Agency 1. So that's all there is to it. Same thing, if we want to delete users from here, we can just highlight this checkbox here, and we just go delete. And all of a sudden John Smith is no longer part of the system. So that's all there is to it, adding and removing users. And if you've got any problems with that, just send us an email on ways that we can explain that a bit better, or if you've got any queries, just let us know and we'll be happy to deal with them personally. Okay, thanks for watching.